The power of the Teotihuacans, the great Obsidians, known as the black gold. This was their weapon, their power. The Obsidians, known as the volcanic glass, the ashes from volcanoes. This is my look at all the sculptures. Wow. Great Teotihuacan civilizations, known as the monumental, the giants, the gods. These great pyramids were dedicated to the water god and water goddess. They did not have to compete with any other civilization except the Mayans. And their power was this volcanic glasses, ashes known as the obsidian. Everything was their political weapon. This was their power. The civilization collapsed due to the environmental factors and the political revolution. This is the great civilization as ever can be on this planet Earth. They were connected to unseen sources. That's why we don't have any other evidences except this archaeological evidence. We still don't know where did they come from and where did they go. This is the greatest mystical civilization, Teotihuacans. The power of the Teotihuacans, the black gold, the obsidian was their weapon, their black gold. Now going inside the pyramid, the temple. It's very dark here. The reason why is the residential unit. You see some of the sculptures, paintings. Look at this painting. This painting of the Teotihuacans. Does it look from this world or out of this world?
To interpret
Teotihuacan merely
because of the lack of text.
Wow.
Nevertheless, I
Look at
can
this
see
paint.
important symbolism that represents power.
Jaguares.
The mural to right and left, it's kind of eroded. Let's make some space for the rest of the group. Can you guys see the representation of a human chest in a brown garment? And then, can you see a couple of human hands doing something like this? Rather than a human face, can you guys tell how the artist decided to represent the silhouette of a jaguar? I can see its body, I can see its tail, I can see its claws, I can see its head, I can see its face, I can see its eye, I can see its nose, I can see its mouth, I can see its fangs. Then, I wonder if you guys can see the Black Panther wears a hairband. And then, I can see exclusive feathers as a headdress.
You see behind is describing this painting, the Black Panther, and also the human shape underneath in a geometrical position, and the spiral coming from the panther's mouth, the jaguar's mouth, represents the power of speech, the power of words, the political power. And then the whole lineage is under the Black Panther and the coyotes and the eagles. This is a lineage all together. Togetherness is the strength. This is about this whole painting. Represents just the power of human is together, and also the power of speech. Very, very interesting.
The puma? Can you see the big cat? Can you see green color? Can you see a little bit pink? Have a look to this puma. Can you see a hairband and headdress and feathers? Right in front of the musical instrument, can you see the spiral? Rhythm, music, and sound. Above the panther, in the frame, I can see two symbols. One of them is a headdress in feathers and gems. The other one is a starfish. Can all of you see the starfish?
Star. Mhm.
The most important in here is the starfish. Now you know what the puma represents. Attention to the starfish, it's the most important. If you guys want to blame someone for the construction of those pyramids, it's the starfish in front of your eyes. The starfish in front of your eyes is the Mesoamerican god of water and rain. How do we know the starfish in front of your eyes is the Mesoamerican god of water? Thanks to four important features. Ready? Feature number one. Can you guys see big round eyes? Sunglasses in obsidian. Feature number two. Can you see big gauges in jade as an earring? Feature number two. Can you see those big fangs? Thirsty for human blood and human flesh, especially children. In between those fangs, can you guys see the representation of a four-tongue as a snake? Big round eyes, big fangs, four-tongue like a snake, and beautiful jewelry is the features of the god of rain. In this particular case, the artist decided to represent the god of rain as a starfish. If you've seen the mural, we're going that way.
On this painting, this starfish represents the god of rain, and if you see the part of down the puma has a spiral again, which represents the music, the voice, the conch, and there is also a conch there, which represents the source of voice, and there is blood there. So this is, and then the hair, the feathers, the hair top. So this is dedicated to the music and also to the god of rain. Stone colors. Beautiful, right? Red, blue, green, and yellow.
In front of your eyes, now you know their origin. Can you guys see the representation of three parrots? Right in front of each parrot, guys continue because you're blocking the entrance. If you don't belong to this group, continue. Of a three-petal yellow flower. Out of the parrot, can you see a bunch of water comes out of them, like fertilizing the flower? Of course, the main topic in the mural is fertility. Can you see how none of this green parrot is facing this way? Main purpose in here is to represent a procession of parrots marching. The three-petal yellow flower is the representation of psychedelic. It's a narcotic.
To tell you something real quick, if you see these yellow flowers, that represents the growth and the lotus flower. Symbol of the lotus flower, and the conch symbols the voice, and the fertility is the yellow flower. And I'm sure you know about this sign. Yellow colors also, red, blue, yellow. Beautiful pyramids. The red, yellow, green, and blue stones pigmentation of this pyramid is still a mystery to the world. Teotihuacan's Earth.